So for today's video, I'm doing my first video in my new series called The Wrestling Diaries. So I've been wanting to do this series for a while. I thought it would be a really good way to tell you guys about my training, previous and now. Ignore the cheesy nickname, it's basically just going to be sort of at the end of each month or maybe a little bit longer. I'm going to be posting a video, I'm going to update you guys on my training, answer any questions. And also the school that I'm at, they kind of film little bits and pieces here and there, so I'm going to include that at the end so you guys can actually have a look, have a desert what I'm doing. In this first video, I'm going to tell you about last year, the training that I did and what I'm doing now, and then I'm going to answer your questions, and then I'm going to show you guys what I've been doing. So let's go back now to, was it 2017? I think it was 2017. It was in January, it was the beginning of the year. So basically when I turned 18 in like August, I don't know what year. Ugh, I'm getting old. Okay, so when I turned 18, I like rushed to train to become a wrestler. I was like, yeah, I'm ready to do this, I'm gonna go do it. So for Christmas, I asked for my parents to pay for a beginner's course at a place called Projo. It's like, if you've obviously heard of Progress, they've got like a wrestling school. So yeah, they had like these intensive 2-month beginner courses, so every Saturday 3-4 hours or something. You basically learn like the fundamentals. So I was like to my parents, I had no money, I was like, can you please give me this for Christmas? And they were like, okay. So off I went in January to go and train at this school. And I loved it. It was great, I learned so much, you know, everyone was lovely. But I don't think I was ready at all. I was the only girl, because I know a lot of girls message me on Instagram and they're like, oh, I'm worried that I'm going to be the only girl. It doesn't matter, you don't get treated any differently, you know, everyone still talks to you, you're still made to do the push-ups, the male versions, you know, it doesn't matter, like it's not important, don't worry about that. I went, I think there were like 20 of us, or maybe a little bit less, maybe 15, I can't quite remember because it was a year ago. And yes, the first session was so tough. It was basically like a really intense fitness drill to like, you know, make sure you're serious about it. And I think like, in terms of like conditioning and stuff, I wasn't quite there, but I wasn't awful, like I could get through it. But it was the strength side of things, like namely upper body, that kind of plagued me for the whole 8 weeks. So yeah, each week we kind of added a new sort of fundamental bit into it. So we did like rolls, which I love, bumps, running the ropes, international, chain wrestling, strikes, and maybe a few more things that I can't really remember because it was a year ago, so bear with me. And yeah, it was really good. You know, they were very keen to make sure you were doing it safely, to make sure you were really specific and tight about it and you got it right, which was nice because you kind of mastered the basics, which is what you need. You need that solid foundation. So yeah, it was really good, but at the end of the 8 weeks, I kind of just thought like, I'm not fit enough. And you know, they did encourage, they were like, you know, keep training, make sure you know, get the strength there. And I completely agree with them. At the time I was a little bit disappointed that I came home and I was like, oh, I feel like a failure. But now, like a bit later I looked at it and I thought, you know what, you are only 18, you've rushed in to train, you probably weren't physically strong enough. And that's not the end of the world. You know, you're only 18, you've got time. So I just spent the rest of the year just putting on some weight because I was a little bit underweight, and putting on some muscle. I joined CrossFit because I saw the wrestlers did it and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go do CrossFit, then I can be a wrestler. But no, I did CrossFit and I love CrossFit, and that's another thing as well that's kind of taught me stuff that I can now implement when I go to the gym normally. So yeah, it was really good. It really did push me, you know, get me out of that like weakling zone that I was in, especially with my upper body. So I did CrossFit. I've still definitely got a long way to go, but I'm at a place now where I'm like capable and confident to, you know, go forth and do things. So yeah, that's where we started. So I've got sort of some basics and then I was just working on my strength. Now we're up to date. So at the beginning of this year I started training at a place called Hustle. I'll link everything down below, by the way, about like the schools and other information, things like that. So I started training at a place called Hustle. It's really nice, a really nice environment. It's only a 25-minute drive, which is quite nice. So I get a little bit more of a lay-in on Saturday. It's a really nice school. It's every Saturday. It's about 3 hours, 3.5 hours. I started at the beginning of the year, so I've had 4 sessions. I feel like it's a bit premature for me to make this video, but I kind of feel like I needed to because I needed to tell you about my past training and sort of now as well. And this is where like it's quite good that I had a bit of training last year because I'm not completely new to it and I can kind of, you know, keep up with people. It's so funny because I noticed a difference physically with myself. Doing moves and stuff, I'm so much stronger than I was before, which is nice. And it actually was quite rewarding when I came home after the first session because I thought, wow, like I actually, because I wasn't going to know until I did it, but wow, I actually have come a long way since where I was a year ago, so that was nice. We're learning like a range of things, you know, we do the fundamentals like running the ropes, bumps, rolls, everything like that, and then we're just, every week is different. You know, we've done roll-ups, we've done kick-outs, we've done body slams, suplexes, takedowns, lock-ups, you know, a whole range of things. If you want more details, comment below and I can talk to you more about it, because off the top of my head it's hard to think because it's been 4 sessions and we've done a lot. It's really rewarding, you know, everyone's really nice, really helpful. I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to answer your questions. So I asked on Instagram if you guys could comment and I think I got like 200 comments. So I don't think I'm going to have time to answer them all. But I'm really grateful that you guys commented that much. That's really nice for me to like have that kind of support. I had a little scroll this morning and I think some of them are quite similar, so I can kind of like kill like 5 birds with 1 stone. I also wanted to say thanks for commenting, and even like all my wrestling videos and things like that have been so well received and I've had such a good support system on Twitter and Instagram and stuff. Like fluff everywhere. I've had such a good support system on Instagram and Twitter, and that's really nice for me and it's really reassuring for me to have that, so I just wanted to say thank you. We'll just start at the top and we'll see what we get to. How was your experience so far? Were you nervous at all? Yes, I was bricking it. Both times, my previous training and now. I'll kind of answer these questions about my training that I'm doing at the minute because I've got a better recollection. I can't really remember a year ago. So yeah, I was bricking it. I don't know why. I think maybe because I care about it, that you get really nervous. But once I'm there, I'm fine. But it's like before, I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, I was really nervous, but I have nothing to worry about. It's fine. I just think it's a natural thing. And how's my experience so far? So far, so good. I'm really enjoying it. How hard is it at first to transition to this mindset of training and putting your body into that pain? Were you ready for that, or did it take time to adjust? Well, because I had a little bit of previous experience, I kind of knew what I was in for because we did a lot of bumps and stuff. It's unlike anything you've ever done before. It is a little bit of like a shock to the system. I think at the time it's not too bad. It's the next day you wake up and you're like, oh, what's going on? Why can't I move? I'm so sore. But yeah, so far it's not been too bad. It's quite like an adrenaline rush actually. What got you into wrestling? Well, I watched it when I was younger with my brothers and everyone grew out of it and I didn't. Why are you doing wrestling instead of modelling? I'm still modelling, but you know, modelling was never what I wanted to do at all. It's kind of something that just fell into my lap and I'm making the most of it because it's good to kind of build a little bit of a brand and a following. Like I wouldn't have the support network that I do on Instagram if I didn't do the modelling. So in that regard, that's why I love it, but I have no intention of being a model. I want to be a wrestler. I've always wanted to be a wrestler and that's what I'm doing. When training, how hard do you have to work physically and mentally? Very hard. I think mentally is not too much because like, I think the mental bit is the bit you can rely on because you love it and you're like, just think, you know, this is all to make you like the best wrestler you can be, but physically your body is like, oh my god, what is happening? When did you know you wanted to be a wrestler? I wanted to do it when I was a kid, and then I think maybe at the age of about 16 I was like, okay, seriously, what am I going to do with my life? I really wanted to do it, but I didn't think I could. And now I'm like, I can do anything I want. So how many wrestlers have you met? This isn't about my training. I haven't met any. None. Are you planning on going to the WWE roster in the future? Is that your goal? Yes, it's my goal, but I have a very long way to go. How are you liking it so far, partner? I'm loving it. What's the McDonald's slogan? If you could have a match with any of the current roster of WWE, who would it be? I think Mickie James. I think she's a really good worker. I'd like to, because I think I could learn a lot from her. And that's another thing. Since I've been training, now when I watch wrestling, I kind of try and learn and make notes. Subconsciously I do it. I'm not even trying to, my brain's like thinking like, oh, that's how you do that, like look what she's doing, or you've learned that, and like you kind of learn from them and you look at it more like technically rather than just watching it like, oh, wrestling. How are you finding it? How intense is it? And how fit do you have to be? I'm finding it great. Do you have to be quite fit? But the other thing is as well, like you're learning, they help you with your fitness, and it's very intense, but good intense. Have you gone to the top rope yet? I have gone over the top rope. We had like a Royal Rumble, which was really funny, and like obviously I don't know what to do, so I just went straight in and got knocked straight out, and yeah, I went over the top rope for the first time, which was cool, which was fun. Most difficult move / maneuver you've done yet? I haven't found anything too challenging so far. I'm finding everything quite sort of like I understand it and I'm taking to it well. I think maybe one of the daunting things was just we vaulted over the top rope actually on our first week. So I think that was a bit intimidating because I was like, oh my god, how am I going to go over it? But obviously you can. But yeah, I think that was maybe the most sort of daunting thing. Nothing so far has been too hard, but we're only really learning the basics thus far, so we'll see how it goes. What sort of conditioning work do you do to help with your training? So I do CrossFit, and then from CrossFit I've taken like sort of interval training, so it's like fast bursts of working out and then like a few minutes to rest and then you're off again. What's the most important part of your training, cardio or strength and conditioning? Everything. Everything is important. I neglected strength for my whole childhood and flopped. What did you think? How was it after your first session? I was really excited. I body slammed someone, so I was like, yes. I felt really good. I'm relieved because I was like, now I've got somewhere to train and I'm capable and I'm sort of on my way to doing something that I love. So yeah, I felt really good. Satisfied, I think. Is it harder than you expected? This time around, I'd say, of course it's hard, it's challenging, but it's like in a good way, if that makes sense. It's like pushing you to be a better version. Oh, you're going to be in the first ever Women's Royal Rumble match. I'm actually filming this on Sunday, so the Royal Rumble is tonight, but I'm not sure when I'm going to edit it, so this is going to be funny because I'm posting it after. No, I'm not in the Royal Rumble match, unfortunately. What's the most challenging thing of becoming a wrestler? For me personally, it's just the strength side of things, but now I'm really enjoying it and I'm getting somewhere with it. So, but that was the most challenging thing for me personally. Has there been a moment when you thought, well damn, this isn't that easy yet? Yes, the first day I walked in and did the fitness. No. When you make it to WWE, what should your wrestling name be? What would you want it to be? If I'm fortunate enough to make it to WWE, I don't know. What about my name? I don't know, I don't really mind. Something that's got a ring to it. Like my initials are Triple M, maybe I can be Triple M. Sorry, Triple H. Have you worked as a heel or face? What persona are you hoping to use? No, I haven't worked as a heel or a face yet. We have kind of, you know, discussed it because where I'm at, there's sort of like 6 beginners and then there's a bunch of advanced guys, and it's quite good because you can kind of watch the advanced people at certain points and sort of break down what they're doing and stuff, and obviously you kind of learn the psychology of it a little bit. But no, we're only really learning the basics thus far, so I haven't worked as a heel or a face. And in terms of which one I would want to be, I think I'd want to be a heel. You know, everyone says it to me. Comment below if you think I'd be a heel or a face. What are your goals when you complete your training? I like to wrestle. I'd really like to wrestle in a match, make an impact, and get really good. You know, be a good wrestler. That's what I want to do. I've got a lot of passion for it, so I really want to make something of it. That's my goal. Quite broad, but there you go. How much did it hurt when you took your first bump? This time around, it wasn't that bad. Can you give any tips for someone who wants to begin pro wrestling training? If you're passionate about it, go for it. You know, don't let anyone stop you or talk you out of it or try and, you know, steer you away from it. Maybe like make sure you're physically quite strong and well conditioned. If you go and you're not quite ready yet, that's fine. You can stop and you can work on yourself and you can go back. That's what I did. How many days a week do you train? How many hours a day? So I train once a week, 3.5 hours. I think next month there's going to be 2 sessions on, which obviously I'll definitely be going to both. So at the moment once a week, but I think starting in February it's going to be twice, which is cool. Do you train every day? No, I train to wrestle once a week, but I go in the gym, well, 6 days a week. How did you feel after you took your first bump? Sore. I went home and I felt really good because I was like, yeah, I just bumped. But the next day I was like, oh my god. What hurts the most, the ropes or the ring? I think the ropes, because it's like targeted pain on like here. For me personally, I'd say the ropes, but I guess everyone's different. When you were on the WWE roster, which one your theme song to be? I love the confidence I'm gonna make it to WWE. This is what I mean, like, it's so nice when people comment that, because I'm like, oh, you believe in me, so that's really nice. Theme song, I don't know. I always think theme songs are good when they start with like a noise. So like Trish has got the laugh, Stone Cold's got the glass shattering. Stuff like that's good because people in the arena are like, oh, she's coming or he's coming. Like, you know who it is by that one sound. I don't know though, we'll see. It's gonna be really fun to pick like all that kind of stuff. What are your main goals in the wrestling business? Like I said before, to make an impact. I watched Raw 25 and seeing all those women from the past come out and being recognised for the impact that they made was really cool and really motivating, because I was like, I want to be like that one day. I want to be recognised for contributing something. So yeah, to make an impact, personally, to be as good as I can be and give it my best. How are you liking training so far? I am loving it. Did I just do the McDonald's sign? How did you feel on the first day of training? I felt nervous and then I was excited. I have a question, are you the only female training at the place you're training at? So last year I was, didn't matter though, and this time around there are some girls, which is cool. It's kind of nice to have girls there, but it doesn't matter though. Like, if anyone's worried about being the only girl, it's not important, don't worry. What's it like taking bumps? Strange. You're like throwing yourself onto the mat. I feel like it's a bit of an adrenaline rush. It feels kind of good, you're like, yeah. When you take bumps, does it hurt? Like, is it tolerable pain, or is it something that takes a while to get used to? Yeah, I think it's tolerable. I don't know, I haven't found it that bad thus far, but I imagine if I haven't had a full match, like, I'm just a beginner, but I can imagine in a full match, then I'm gonna really feel it and be like, Jesus Christ. I'd say it's a tolerable pain, definitely. How much is training? Do you have any tips for anyone trying to go to wrestling school but it's too far? I can't remember how much it was, I bulk booked. I think it's like £15–20 a session, but when you bulk book you get like money off. And if it's too far, that's frustrating, I can understand, but I mean, the first school that I went to, I had to travel like an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on what train I could get there, and the same back, and then it was 3 hours or 4 hours long session, so like my whole Saturday I spent. If you really want to do it, just travel. But you know, definitely keep a lookout, because this school that I'm going to just opened in November and my friend told me about it, which is really convenient for me, but and because it's much nearer to me, it's much more accessible to me. Yeah, just try and make the journey, just to give it a go. Just keep an eye out, because there are always other schools popping up, and there might be a school that you just haven't heard of yet that's nearer to you. What's been the hardest obstacle you've had to overcome at training so far? The first time round that I did it, it was strength. Now, nothing's been too challenging per se. How do you feel when you step into the ring? Like, it's one of those things where you're like nervous and excited, like you've got like butterflies, but it's really cool to be in a ring. You don't find them everywhere. I mean, it's not like something you've ever done before, so it's really cool to be in the ring, especially when you watch it all the time and you're like, oh my god, I'm doing it. Do you have the same workouts every session, or does it change? Yeah, they vary it, and it's like a similar kind of thing, because you obviously need to train the same things, but yeah, they vary it each time, make it a little bit interesting. Different forms of torture. I'm just joking. They change it up a little bit every session because it keeps it fresh, otherwise you'd be like, oh, same thing. What have you enjoyed the most so far? Body slamming someone. I don't know, I think it's just a personal thing, because like, the thing is, when you body slam someone, they help. You're not physically like lifting a dead weight, like they are helping you, but there was something about it that just kind of felt quite powerful, and I thought, Jesus Christ, like a year ago I would struggle like to like lift a handbag up. And now I can lift a person up, so with help obviously from them, but I don't know, I think that was my favourite thing that I've done, because like, it just, like I said, I came home and I was just like, oh my god, yes, I'm doing it, so that was the most rewarding thing for sure. How much on a scale of 1 to 10 have you enjoyed training? Has there ever been a moment where you've taken a bump and thought in your head you didn't want to do this? No, I love it. And I think as well, like when things get physically tough, like I said before, like mentally you just think, I want this, and this is what it's going to take to get better, so you just got to get through it. What's the best lesson you have learned so far while training? To not give up, I think. To keep pushing. I don't think there's any like move in particular or anything like that. I think just the general lesson is just keep going. You can do it, just push. And that's like a life lesson. Not to be deep, but it is. Where is the place to get started? Like names, I'm trying to get started but can't find anything. Just Google wrestling schools near me. If you have Google, like it picks up your own location anyway, or just Google your town, or like your little sort of anywhere like within the hour or 2 hour vicinity to you, and just Google wrestling schools. Like I swear if you put in wrestling schools online that there's an entire list for each like country, state, everything like that. If you're not interested in wrestling, how do you think your life would be different? It would be weird. I don't know what I would do with myself. Like all I do is like get home, gym, get washed, watch the network, next day go to work, get home, gym, watch the network. So I don't know what I would watch for a start. I'd have like so much time on my hands. I don't know, I guess I'd have a different passion, right? If I didn't have a passion for wrestling. Like I like entertainment, you know, I like performing and things like that. Like theatre maybe or something like that, which is quite similar to wrestling actually. But my life would suck if I didn't have a passion for wrestling. What would I do? But yeah, no, I'm glad that I do. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Like I said, I'm going to be doing these sort of, I'd say like every 5-6 weeks actually, because it gives me a little bit more to talk about and a little bit more to show. But yeah, keep asking questions, please. You know, please keep up the support because it helps and it means a lot to have you guys on there constantly just giving me that motivation. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Please give it a thumbs up, give a little comment and subscribe so you can see my next one.